Ugh, that was crispy. Yes, sir. We're back again. Happy to be here once again talking to you guys. I know it's been a minute. Videos have been consistent, but that's okay. Again, this life stuff be tiring. You know, I've been busy with life, but we're here now, and we gotta talk about shenanigans that I be seeing on afoot. I'm sorry, I'm adjusting things right now. Am I a couple days behind with this? I think so, but regardless, I wanted to get my thoughts about it. Let me double check on this bad boy. I'm pretty sure it came out like what 5 days ago now. I'm pretty sure it's 5 days ago. Let me see. Damn, wait, no. I thought for sure it came out. Okay, it came out like a week ago, 6 days ago, so we're good. We're talking about the EDP445 documentary, right? And really, it's not that I had issues with it, but I think the video or the documentary itself, like, kind of showed people's mindsets, if that makes sense, right? So, let me break it down a couple things. I think the first thing I'll break down is EDP's mindset, right? So we already know this man's a disgusting pedophile. So that's obvious, right? He's a disgusting pedophile. But when you watch the video and then you see people like he praises and whatnot, the people he worships, quote unquote, and like his thoughts on women, you're like, wait a second, this dude is essentially like the red pill incel, if that makes sense, right? Because in talk about people he liked, he had Tristan and Andrew Tate. He also had like what? I'm thinking, oh, he had Trump on the list. I think he had like Fresh and Fit too. Actually, let's just pull it up. Let's pull it up together. Let me see.
Pause. For everybody watching this doc.
Let me see where that list was. Mm-hmm. There we go. Beautiful. All right, we'll transition. Oh, that's so cool. Yo, what? wait. I'm sorry, but I realized that that's actually kind of raw. Okay. Transition. So I have 3 screens now, as you guys remember, and it's still set up where I could transition to my old 1080p screen, and then also my 4K screen. Let's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. So right here, his real niggas section right here, right?
I mean, first up we got Andrew.
A couple Sneeko too. God, this guy name is what? Is that Ben Shapiro? You say Trump. I think Joe. Pearly things. Yeah. So like the red pill, they're just the bad people of the internet, to be honest. Just the bad people of the internet. Pearly, anti-woman. We gotta bring up men and whatnot. Women are stupid. Yada yada. Sneeko, the king of grifters, bro. Like this man be grifting from place to place and whatnot. Now he's trying to be like a new Malcolm X. Now apparently he hates all these guys now. Well, mind you, he was full on Trump. Love to say love Fresh and Fit, but now he's like anti them. So right here we see these are the people EDP thinks is really cool, right? That was a riff, like, okay, we already knew you were lame, but like now we're starting to see even more traits of that, if that makes sense, right? And let me land. So when it comes to him and women, he's like he wants him a baddie, yada yada. And what did he say? I don't want to misquote. Where was it? Can I don't feel like finding it, to be honest. It was later in the video, right? I think it's somewhere around here. I'll find it eventually. Let's transition back to solo cam. So the point I'm trying to make it is, so he's talking about like his ideal woman, yada yada, and how he can't find the woman that he wants. Right? He can't find the woman he wants. Woman out here sucks. That's the spiel. And he then transitions to be like, I now have this AI girlfriend. I can make her the way I want to. She's bad. Yada yada yada. Also, he revealed in the video that like this AI girlfriend of his is a 16-year-old. That's what he wants too. Also weird. You feel me? So the point I'm making is, like, this is the end game for the incel red pill losers. Not them going to pedophilia, maybe because of them are, but that's not the point. The point is they're going to transition to getting these AI girlfriends, and like they can get the women they want, so they're going to move on to like, I'm just going to get AI girlfriend. I'll be happy with that. I'm cool with that. And I'm pretty sure like these AI little bots and whatnot are still making money. Like there's AI ads everywhere to make your own girlfriend, your anime girlfriend, all this stuff. That is a thing, and it's making some money. I feel like it's only going to get better and better to the point where these guys just gonna fizzle out genetically. Like they're gonna go extinct because they're not gonna pass down the DNA. They're not gonna get kids. They're just gonna be getting these AI girlfriends, calling it a day. That's it, because they can't get anyone else in real life because they worship guys like Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, Pearly things, Sneeko. All those people take advice from these losers and think their law is word, or word is law, whatever. I'm just gonna just keep failing because they think, oh, I don't have to respect women. They had to like me because I'm the breadwinner and whatnot. And mind you, you're probably looking like EDP, probably not as bad as EDP, but we'll say a bit heftier on the side, no real personality, but you think you're making money, so you're like, oh, I could get a baddie, and that's not how it works. You feel me? That's just not how it works. And that's the crazy part too. I feel like the thing I really took away from this is that there's a section of men out there who have EDP's mindset when it comes to people who worship, and their view set on girls too, when it comes to going to get an AI girlfriend because they can't get the girl they want. You feel me? Again, not the pedophilia stuff, but they could be out there as well. But like the main thing I caught on to was just, hey, there are other guys who have like this exact same mindset of girls suck. I'm just gonna get an AI girlfriend, and that was like the one takeaways that I immediately want to talk about. And the next two was the whole Gideon situation, and then Chris Hansen too, and I think the other guy, well, I forgot his name. Let me double check. Who helped with the capture of, not capture, but trying to expose EDP. These guys.
After we realized that he wasn't going to drive to actually meet up this girl.
And out on that shit.
And the whole meetup was.
Are they gonna drop names? I'm trying to get his name.
Different results in this case.
Where's his name? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, there it is.
People prosecuted before.
My name is Skeeter Jean, also known as Skeet Hansen. I am a professional Chris Hansen impersonator.
There we go. Even that right there explains everything I think about the dude. A professional Chris Hansen impersonator. I think that says a lot right there. But anywho, the reason why I want to talk about Gideon and Skeeter Jean, and then most of these pedophile catchers on the internet, I'll say quote unquote pedophile catchers on the internet, is my issue with them. I think what this kind of exposed them as is they're doing it for clicks and views, and not really to catch the pedophiles. That makes sense, right? Like they're doing it because, oh, this is good engagement right now. Look, we're catching a pedophile, so on paper it's a good thing, but in reality, it's just for clicks and views. The reason why I say this is because they were trying to catch EDP and get the police in it, but they couldn't get the police in time. So instead of, waiting for the police to come to them, they said, no, listen, we got to get this video out right now. Let's just go to EDP. You wear a cupcake suit, and we're just going to read the text messages to EDP while he's, like, out in public, right? No police in the vicinity, no people trying to capture EDP. Just, again, doing it just to get a video out there, say, oh, look, we exposed EDP again for pedophilia and whatnot, but we didn't, have the police involved. You know what I mean? So that's my first issue with them, because again, like they're saying, like, well, Chris Hansen does it, but there's like them and Chris Hansen is, at least with Chris Hansen, the police are there. The police are there and ready to arrest this guy, get him registered, or do everything what they can within the law to take this person down. You know what I mean? Like Chris Hansen was doing everything in his power to have like the law with him at every time. That was Chris Hansen. Also, with Chris Hansen, he didn't actually use kids to talk to EDP and whatnot. He didn't actually use kids. Like with Gideon and Skeeter, they actually had like a 13-year-old girl texting EDP. Like right there, a red flag. You shouldn't be having a 13-year-old girl be texting this grown man. Like that's just a no-go. And even though she said, look, I'm okay to do this, again, why are you taking the advice or listen to a 13-year-old when they say, hey, I can do this job for you? No, you're still a child. You should not be having a child do this. Again, with Chris Hansen, they had child impersonators, you know, adults pretend to be children, adults texting EDP pretend to be children, but never actual child texting EDP. Then on top of that, there was like a video on Twitter too of Gideon's space situation, and apparently Gideon brought EDP into like a Discord chat with a bunch of teenagers. Again, you know this man is a pedophile. Like, you seen the whole cupcake thing beforehand, but yet you thought it was a good idea to bring this grown man who's actually a pedophile, who's attracted to children, into a group chat with a bunch of children and be like, oh, that was my bad. That was my oopsie right there. That's not an oopsie, bro. That's like a big mistake because you're putting a bunch of children in danger, again, for clicks and views. Like, yeah, Chris Hansen was doing the show for clicks and views, but again, no children were in harm's way. And police were there so they can arrest this dude. Well, if you guys, what I'm seeing right now from these clips and on this documentary, no police have been involved. You're just doing it just for clicks. I'm done, whatever. We're exposing this guy. We're doing something that's good, but in reality, you're not really helping when it comes to prosecuting these men, if that makes sense, right? So yeah, that's one other thing I just wanted to write about, because again, that's kind of disappointing too when you like see like the full spec of it in this documentary. Like, hey, you guys really couldn't have waited long enough for the police to get there so they could expose EDP, but instead you want to just do like this quick video wearing a cupcake suit, exposing EDP, but not actually, you know, have people there to properly detain him. You know what I mean? Just, it's not a good look all in all. But yeah, that was really it for this video. I just wanted to talk about this great situation, bro. Really. And how this man is still not in jail. I'm sorry, I got an eyelash in my eye. Whatever. How this man is still not in jail is insane to me. Maybe after this documentary, he might get charged and thrown in jail. Who's to say? But it's just insane to me, like, after all this time, this man is still roaming the streets, still talking about how he finds, you know, underage women attractive and whatnot. And he, like, brings, like, this point of, like, well, how come, you know, when they're 17, it's bad, but as soon as they turn 18, it's good. Okay, whatever, fine. Like, weird laws, that's what you want to think about. That's your one argument. But counterpoint is, you still are cool with talking to and are attracted to 16-year-old girls. And you're still cool with, you know, a 13-year-old girl showing her inappropriate parts and you'd be like, hey, yo, I like that. That's still weird. Like, yeah, you could talk about, you know, laws and whatnot, like, oh, once the clock hits midnight, I'm good. Fine, those guys are weird too. Whatever. But at the same point, you're still finding underage women attractive. That's still weird, regardless of, you know, that weird law, that, not weird law, but like that law you bring, like, oh, how when they're 17, it's okay, but as soon as they turn 18, now it's okay. You know what I mean? Or 17, it's not okay. As soon as they turn 18, now it's okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is, even with that in place, it's still weird how people still playing those women and wait for them to turn 18. That's still weird. Like, that's still weird regardless. But that 18 measure is just to be like, hey, they're an adult now. They're an adult now. Officially, they can now vote and stuff like that. But they're still a child. Like, an 18-year-old is still a kid, to be honest. Like, you're not really an adult till you're like 24, 25, for being honest. That's because you're done with college at that point. I actually had college for like, what, 2 years? No, a year. Because you graduated, what, when 23? No, 22 is when you graduate college. Am I tweaking? Yeah, 2022 is when I graduated. It's like you're 2 years out of college at that point. Yes, some life on you. But still, either way, just weird. People are weird on the internet. But that's it. I'm done yapping. I'm back. Gonna post some more for you guys, obviously. And until next time, y'all be easy.